Lawanna Gelzer, 7674 St. Stephenson Court, Orlando, 32835. Greetings from New York. I just returned in time, where I was there to talk about environmental injustice and some other issues at the National Action Network 25th anniversary. But the most unique thing I was able to do was to meet Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And believe it or not, he's an environmental injustice attorney. And I got to share what is going on in Orlando. So Mayor Dyer, some years ago, you said, judge you or what you do in Parramore. So I'm going to judge you. Gentrification. Yes, you're doing a lot of things, but is it moving out the people that have been there? Of course it is. So I'm judging you on that. You get an F. Today on the consent agenda, you have a change order to add $1.6 million for the remediation of the property for the new fire station on Robinson Street. You purchased it for $1.15 million last year. But what people don't understand is it was perfect where it was at, located in Parramore, on Parramore. But because you couldn't do what you wanted to do to the church, you had to move that location, an added cost now to the people of the city of Orlando. So this is on the consent agenda. But what puzzled me the most was your own staff stating in the Orlando Sentinel, and just recently, you did not know the land was contaminated. How dare you not know it's contaminated? We've been saying it for the longest. It's contaminated. This is the map that I came to you almost 4 years ago on, saying we need a better map. This is what you had in your latest brownfield grant. What you're proposing to get brownfield money on this project. If I can stop you, I will. Now, this is the map the people of Parramore was able to get. And clearly, across the street, we were able to identify contamination. So to say you did not know contamination was not there, either you're incompetent, the staff that you have is incompetent, or the things that we've been saying about the community in Parramore, you just don't care until it comes to other individuals, people at the soccer games, and now the people for the fire station. The data on that, I provided it on many occasions. We got it from the brownfield grants themselves. All the contamination you knew about in Parramore, and we listed them and color coordinated them as far as what was in that 1.4 square mile radius. So I'm not saying not to add the 1.6 million. I'm saying you get in the F, because we've been asking you to test the community and tell the community how dangerous the land is that they're living on. But it goes on deaf ears. It goes on deaf ears. You don't care about those individuals. Why? Because they're people of color? I hope not. Why? Because of their economic situation? I hope not. But it seems to be more important for your special interest groups to get what they want than the people who've been there suffering for years after years. I cannot understand how you did not know. I cannot understand why we're here today adding $1.6 million. And I really have a problem with you using the demographics of the people in that community to get that brownfield grant. But we were before you before, because you're getting an F when it comes to environmental injustice to the urban community. See, we were here to save our wetlands, but they were weak wetlands. They want strong wetlands. This is going to be better for the community. We don't know what we're talking about. We do know what we're talking about. You just don't want to hear the truth. We're talking about our lives and that our lives matter. Oh, you don't want to hear it? I don't care. I don't care what you think. The people outside the state of Florida and Orlando now know your deep, dark secret. because I made sure everybody knows. If that's the last thing I do, I want them to know, if you come into Disney, the tourist capital of the world, how do you treat the people that live here? Especially those that live in urban communities. You treat them like crap. Because we have come before you on many occasions. You talked about Amendment 1. We said, wait. Let's see if we can.
You got 1 minute left.
Thank you. Get a clock, Mayor Dyer. You're spending a whole lot of money on a lot of other things. And I bet you I have more than a minute. But the bottom line is you don't want to hear the truth. Our wetlands are in danger. You've already voted against the people in the community. You spent $6 million for more than one tree. Now it's a dog park. We don't understand what we're talking about. We do. We're just saying, when will you put all the citizens first and not a select special interest group? That's all we're asking for. Put us first. Now you got to spend $1.6 million on something you should have known all along. We knew. And we've been saying it for year after year after year. But for some apparent reason, you don't want to hear it because it's coming from me or others. But it's unfair that people in that community and business owners in that community continues to suffer but what has transpired in that community, and you don't want to do nothing about it until you're caught. And your answer is always, we didn't know. You're incompetent and you need to do a better job servicing the people of Orlando.
Thank you for your testimony.